Today I have some more perfume to talk about. We're going to be talking about some of my favorites. A lot of these are very summertime, and a couple of them are year-round or more cold weather suited. But first, before we jump into this video, I'm going to throw on my crusty dusty lips, some of the Clarins lip oil. I'm sure everybody's probably seen this before. I love it. She's a little pricey, but very nice. And I don't think my audio is going to pick it up, but just in case you hear it, it is very windy outside. So just know that it's very windy. It's sunny, but it's supposed to start storming this afternoon, so we'll see. I live in Arizona, southern Arizona, so you know, when you can get some rain, you'll take it. So anyways, so I do have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 perfumes to go over. And we're gonna start out with the fanciest of them. And that is going to be by YSL, and it is none other than Babycat. This bottle is so luxurious. It's got a magnetic cap. I know it's really hard to see. My camera doesn't want to focus, but it says YSL on it. And this is absolutely a gorgeous scent. I know a lot of people have quote unquote hyped it up. I did fall into that bandwagon, but I bought it I think back in December. I got it off of Max Aroma, and it was a blind buy, but I was like, you know what? I wanted a good vanilla fragrance, so that is what I got here. Now I do have some tester strips. All of these perfumes I'm gonna spray on a tester strip so we can talk about them, but all of these I have worn on my skin, you know, a lot, so I do know how they wear. But this is Babycat. The atomizer is very out of this world. Now this is just a quick little backstory on Babycat. Babycat, I believe, was a print, a clothing print that YSL did. I don't know if it was in the early 2000s or something like that, but God, just smelling this, it's so good. Babycat really does smell like, it's like the most beautiful vanilla with suede. So to me, the two most prominent notes that I get in here are vanilla and suede. And this is a pretty linear scent. So like when I spray it, it stays the same from when you first spray it till when it dries down. And this one's just, oh my God, it makes me want to put it on right now. I do find myself wanting to wear this more during cold weather, which I'm sure it's more suited for, but I'm really curious to see how this wears in the summertime or the springtime, which is obviously coming up here. We're almost into spring. But to me, it smells like if you could picture a luxurious Italian leather purse with suede on the inside and then like the nice leather, that's what this smells like. But it is sweet. It does have some sweetness to it. And it's just so gorgeous. So gorgeous. It's pretty pricey, but you do get a lot. So I think it's like $278 or $280 a bottle, but you do get a full like 4.2 ounces, like 120 milliliters. So I mean, it is a huge bottle, and it's really a very good quality fragrance. So if you have the coin to spend on it, or if you were gonna have like a, you know, if you live in a more colder climate and you wanted something that you could wear all the time, like, and it was kind of your signature scent, this would be definitely, I could see it being a signature scent. So that is YSL's Babycat, very beautifully done. I don't know the perfumer behind it, I'd have to look that up, but very, very nice perfume. And speaking of vanillas, since we're on kind of a vanilla thing here and I have a few vanillas, the next one we're going to talk about is one I was a little conflicted about when I bought it, to be honest with you, because in the store I tried the intense version of it, and I don't know, I don't have the intense version, but it might be one that I pick up because for some reason I really think I like it a little bit more. And it's not that I don't like this one, but I think I like the intense version because it has patchouli added to it. But it is none other than Burberry Goddess, and I just have a small little 1 ounce bottle here. This is a very pretty, slightly resinous honey, I've been on a real honey kick. It's a slightly resinous vanilla scent. I'm just gonna spritz this one. And this one does have, I believe, vanilla absolute and lavender are two of the main notes in it. And it is very pretty. It's not quite as soft and powdery as the Babycat was, the one we just talked about, but this one's been very, very hyped. I do love it. I think it's a very nice perfume. I think for the price point and for designer versus niche, which YSL is designer too, but having tried more niche brands, I would say this one's very nice. It is kind of, what do you want to call it? It's a very simplistic scent because it's just like vanilla absolute and lavender. And then as it dries down, you do get, again, it's a little bit of a linear scent, but I really love this one. This is definitely a warm, again, you could wear it year round, cooler scent weather, but for me personally, I think this is a very pretty, like warm weather scent, especially spring because of the lavender added to it. Now the intense version is basically the same, but has patchouli in it. So if you like that more spicy note, go with the intense version, which I am gonna get my hands on at some point. But that is Burberry Goddess, and very gorgeous, simple, easy scent. I think it was $100 I got at Ulta. I bought this and it came with a travel spray of it. So good for the price point. I do love that one a lot. And next, I think we will talk about this fragrance, which at first I loved it. Here lately, I've not been like 100% sure on it, just because the moss note in it is so strong, which does make it unique. But this one you have to, I don't know, I can't really distinguish if it's more of a cold or a warm weather scent, if I'm being honest with you. I did try it in more warm-ish weather. But anyhow, this is Prada Paradoxe Intense. So I did get a 1.7 milliliter of this. The bottle is super cool. I love it. It actually is a very nice fragrance. We're gonna try her on the tester strip. Now this one, every time I smell it, it gives me very aquatic vibes. And I'm assuming it's probably the moss note in it, which is what makes it the intense version. I don't have the original Prada Paradoxe, but this is the intense, and it's a beautiful scent, but every time I smell it, the moss note to me personally gives me a very aquatic feel. So I definitely think this is probably more of a summertime wear, warm weather. I feel like the moss note will do better on your skin in the warm weather. But it's very, 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 very heavy on the moss note, and that stays with it throughout the entire scent. Some of these are all pretty, actually all of these scents I have are pretty relatively linear-ish in speaking, but except for one of them, which I will discuss here in just a minute, and I just have a sample of it. But anyways, Prada Paradoxe Intense, really love it. If you like kind of a earthy, aquatic, summertime, slightly floral perfume, you should try this out. But I would definitely try it. I wouldn't necessarily blind buy it because you have to like moss as a note. But I could see you like wearing this at the pool, like you're going to the beach, kind of that type of vibe. But I definitely like this one. I will be wearing it more in the summertime to see how it wears. I did wear it on like a, I don't know, it was like 73 degrees out, something of that nature, and it wore pretty well. Very strong though. This one has very good ciliage. Like if you want something that's going to last all day long, like no exaggeration, 2-3 spritz of this and you will smell it all day long. This is one that I have to literally scrub off of me. So if you're wanting a perfume that really sticks with you, this is it. Now I haven't tried any other, well, I have tried Prada Candy, a sample of it, and I do really like that one. It's very powdery, and it stayed on for a long time. So Prada has got really good longevity on their perfumes from the couple that I've tried. So Prada Paradoxe Intense, if you can get your hands on it, definitely try it. You can get it on some discounter sites for a reasonable price, like $60, $80. Very good one. So next, I I have 3 more to talk about here. Next, we're gonna talk about one that is discontinued. I know in my last video, I had a discontinued fragrance. It was the Banana. And I know it's kind of disappointing sometimes to talk about like discontinued fragrances, but sometimes you can get your hands on them. A lot of the times you can. People just, you know, have backups of them. They don't like them, whatever the case. So this next one I'm going to talk about, I did buy originally at Rue 21 when it was a actual store in the mall that you could go to. And they also had some freestanding stores. And this is one of my absolute favorite summertime coconut scents. And it did, I think they made another bottle of it. It had different print on it. Same black bottle with the pink top. Let me show you what I'm talking about first. So this is called, it's by Rue 21, which was the clothing store in the early 2000s. And it's called 21 Black. So this was what the original bottle looked like. And I used a little over half of my bottle. And then I actually came across a backup bottle of it, and they both smell the same. The caps are a little different colors. The bottles look a little different, but they literally smell identical. I believe this was my bottle that I can't remember which. I could tell by, this used to be my bottle. For some reason, the black bottle is a little bit more see-through in the light. This one's not. This is the backup bottle that I bought. But let me tell you something. If you like coconut summer suntan lotion type of vibe, this is your girl. This is like the most sexy coconut scent. And honestly, for like a $20 perfume, this is just something that like, oh my God, and it lasts a really long time. This is just, I don't know the notes in it. I would have to look them up, but this is straight up summer. And I wore this a lot as a teenager. I remember wearing this when I would go to the pool and stuff. Like this was a everyday summer scent for me. And I absolutely love it. I say it's been discontinued because I don't think that Rue 21 is really around anymore. There might be a few stores, but again, the bottle, I think they've redone. It says like Rue 21 on it or something like that. I don't know, where it says 21 and like numbers. I don't know. The bottle's very different. That's what this one looks like. It says 21 Black. I don't understand the name, but very beachy, very coconut. It's very coconut heavy. And it has like a slight powderiness to it, but this is just an all-time favorite. I don't see anybody or hear anybody really talking about the Rue 21 scents, but this one, it's very, very, very good. Highly recommend if you can get your hands on it, because with summer coming up in a few months, that is my jam. And I will say that when I bought that one, the seller had actually 2 Rue 21 perfumes, one I'd never tried, and that's gonna be Tropidelic, which I actually tried this one. I sprayed it on my skin and wore it for a few hours. It did come with it, so there's just kind of a bonus perfume. And I don't hate it, but it smells very, let me see. It's very pineapple forward, but it's got like a very, I keep saying very. Oh, yes, this is pineapple, but this is also very fruity. Little shampoo vibes, but for some reason, it's like like when you first spray it, it's like a very heavy dose of like all kinds of tropical fruits. Like pineapple is the most noticeable, and then I don't know, I'd have to look. I think it's got like dragon fruit in it. But for some reason, there's something in it, and I don't know if it's maybe just an older scent, because sometimes I think some scents, depending on the brand, do kind of go a little rogue, so to speak. But this one, as it dries down, it's not quite as bad on the texture strip as it was on my skin, but it turns very, very kind of acidic. It's got a very I'm trying to find the word. It's a very just kind of pungent acidic smell to it. Like I don't hate it, but it's like if you can okay, picture pineapple juice, but instead of sweet, that like tartness to it, that's definitely what you get. And it kind of throws me off a little bit. I really love this one. It doesn't have any really creaminess to it, but that would be really cool if it did. I feel like if it had a creamy note to it, it would be out of this world. But it does kind of give me shampoo vibes, like Garnier Fructis, the green bottle, like their leave-in conditioner and their shampoo and conditioners. You know, they have a line. They have a few different scents. I know because I use them. I actually like them. I get their pure and clean, the one that's like sulfate free and all that. anyways, this reminds me of like their leave-in conditioner. But anyhow, back to the ones we were reviewing. So next I have 2 more scents, and one I made a short on. We're gonna go on and get talk about this one because I discovered this when I went on my whole Love Don't Be Shy by Killian rampage, and I came across this in a person that I watch. His name is he has a YouTube channel called The Perfume Guy. His name is Sebastian, and oh my god, you should go check his channel out. If you love niche perfumery, that's the man. He's got all kinds of great videos on niche perfume. But he actually, I had seen a review on this when I was looking up the Love Don't Be Shy, and came across this, and I loved it so much that I actually have a backup bottle of it that I bought right after I bought this bottle, because I was like, I think that they used to have white bottles originally, but now they are frosted where you can see the juice. But this is by a brand called Memo Paris, and it is called Sintra. And oh my god, marshmallow, neroli, orange blossom heaven. And this is very gourmand. Now, it does have petitgrain as a top note that does stay relatively linear. It does calm down a little bit in the dry down, but you still get it. It's still there. But it does balance the sweetness. And when it dries down, it becomes even more caramely, kind of like sweet. But just smelling it out of the cap, you do get that like dry airiness from like a marshmallow. I'm gonna spray this one. It does have orange juice. I've seen some people complain about their bottles being like yellow. The one I have is orange, and oh my gosh, this, which I made a short of it. So if you'd like to go check that out, kind of unboxing it. The boxes are really cool, and they come with a postcard and everything. The petitgrain note is very, very strong in the beginning. Like, it's kind of all you smell. It's very, very green. The petitgrain makes it very green, but the dry down is where the magic comes, because the dry down on this, when I first sprayed this and I wore it around like 30 minutes after wearing it, I was like cooking, and the heat from cooking in that, all of a sudden I got a whiff of just like this sweet caramely goodness. This is a 10 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10. This is like, would be my, like a top 5 or 10 perfume for me for sure, because I just can't. It's the only Memo Paris I've tried, but it really makes me want to try more of their scents because it is absolutely gorgeous. So when you first spray it, if you have tried Love Don't Be Shy, it straight up smells like Love Don't Be Shy, but add a really green petitgrain green note to it. Is literally what it smells down. But the dry down in this one is a little less, like Love Don't Be Shy is like a dry, fruit loopy kind of marshmallow scent. This in the dry down is more of like an orange blossom, caramel, sweet. It's a little different in the dry down, I will say, but like I would say on a, like, they're probably 80% similar, I would say. Love Don't Be Shy, the original, and the Sintra by Memo Paris. So, anywho, that is that one. Love it. Gorgeous scent. You can get it on Discount Perfumes is where I got it. And it was like, I paid like $130, $138 after tax and shipping for a bottle of it. And on their website, and by the way, this is the 2.5 ounce, the larger size. On their website, it's like $310. And it's legitimate, batch code, whole nine. I do check batch codes, but man. And I feel like that's a year-round scent. Definitely spring, summertime scent for sure. Definitely a gourmand, but you could definitely wear this probably in the colder months too. I feel like the petitgrain makes it more wearable in the colder months for sure. All right, so last but not least, this is one I actually really like. And I've been into like a little bit of a honey kick because I had Killian's Can't Stop Loving You, which I have a full bottle of up over here. You can't see it because it's blurry, but I do have a 1.7 ounce bottle of that. So, and that's a very beautiful honeyed incense floral perfume. I smell a lot of honey, like resinous honey with that one. But that brings me to the next one, which is by a brand called OJAR. And this is called, now I could be butchering this, but I'm pretty sure I'm saying it right. It's called Halwa Kiss by OJAR. It's an Eau de Parfum. If my camera will focus. It's called Halwa Kiss. I'll try to link it in my description box. And this is definitely one I would like to get a full bottle of. I got a little sample here of it, so we're gonna spray it. I have worn this on my skin once. So this is, I would say this is a very oriental honey kind of perfume. It's very honey. It's definitely got honey in it. But this is like a fruity, sweet honey with like a, I'm looking for the word. It's kind of like a Middle Eastern fragrance. I think they are a Middle Eastern brand. Don't quote me on that, but it's like, the best way to describe it is a fruity, honey, Middle Eastern scent. So if you like super sweet, again, this one, I don't know if you necessarily put it in the gourmand category, but it's leaning. It's very close to a gourmand. It's very sweet with the fruit notes in the beginning. And then it does kind of dry down to a little bit more. The honey starts to come out a little bit more as the kind of sweet fruity notes kind of calm down in it. Let me actually look up the notes for this one real quick so I can give you an idea. And this one I really like. I do want to get a full bottle of it because it's very beautiful. And it's pretty affordable. It's about $170 or so a bottle. So the main notes in this are going to be saffron, pistachio, cardamom. The middle notes are going to be the honey, dates, roasted nuts, and rose. And then with base notes of vanilla, sesame, and amber. So as you can see, the pistachio, the saffron, the cardamom give it kind of that spicy Middle Eastern vibe. And the middle, the honey, the dates, I smell a little bit of the rose to give it that kind of floralness to it. This one I would say is a little bit more, it's not quite as linear as the other perfumes. This one does kind of have like a dry down, like you can pick out the specific notes type of perfume. And I get in the base a little bit of that sesame and amber and the vanilla for sure. This is a very beautiful perfume. You do have to like sweet stuff because I would almost say it is a gourmand. But it's not like a gourmand like the one we last just talked about. Like it's not like Sintra. It's not quite that sweet. It's not sickly sweet, but it is definitely sweet. So if you don't like sweet, floral kind of fruity perfumes or honey perfumes, you probably wouldn't care for this. But I think it's beautiful. I would like to get a full bottle of it in the future. They do have some other really good ones like cashmere something. I can't remember the name of it. I have a sample of it over here, but I did get some samples in my Max Aroma and this is one of them. And it is really a beautiful scent. So anywho, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy these videos. I will make some shorts coming up here soon. But yeah, these are just some really good fragrances if you can get your hands on them. I will try to link them down in the description box so you can try them out. And if you'd like to support my channel, you can check me out at www.sonodapecancompany.com. I do sell hand creams, body butters, and lip balms. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.